Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Leo. If Leo is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. And so, Leo, our card tonight is the Hermit. A personal favorite of mine. Okay, and let's go ahead and see what these tea leaves have to say. All right. And so if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. All right. So we have a V and a 7. And then up here we have another 7. So repeating 7s again. Okay, so I'm looking at this and it looks like it says A, B, C. So for me, it's the fundamentals and the beginning again. I also see we have a person who is kind of holding, it almost looks like they caught a heart. They went fishing and they caught a heart. Okay. And if we were to look at this as well, it could be L-A-B. So lab of some kind. Okay, so, yeah, I don't usually do like love readings, but this does feel like there is some kind of love energy. And I imagine that it's probably romantic. We have, you know, this feeling of really getting caught up in some way. I feel like this is fairly new, right? Or at least maybe not, a renewal, right? It could be with, you know, your spouse, somebody you've been with for a long time. Hello, T. Somebody, right, that you have had some kind of entanglement or engagement or domestic life with. And, you know, sometimes you kind of grow apart, things get rough, you're busy, you're tired, all the things. And then life kind of deals you the cards that either break you or bring you back together. You have to decide. Right? I'm going to put my all into this. I'm going to nurture this thing. I'm going to, you know, honor this union. And that could be it. Or it could be that you've met somebody new, you know, came out of nowhere. Instead of... This sounds terrible. I'm not going to say it. But yes, like instead of going fishing and you pick up a shoe, you know, you met maybe the love of your life. You caught the love of your life out there. Now, we also have this beautiful, it looks like a goddess figure with the arms up over the head, right? So kind of making it into the circle. And then we have a little hummingbird right here at the top of the circle. So there is a sense of just being very much yourself, feeling fully embodied in yourself, knowing thyself, coming into a place of great confidence, not feeling like you are doing things because everybody else is, or you're trying to keep up, or it's all for appearances. A lot of that stuff has fallen away. And I think that's where this hermit energy really comes from, is that you have gone through that part of your life where the big shedding happens, right? We start to really decide, I don't want to live this way anymore. It is too much work. It is not me. I want to do the things I want to do. I want to do the things that I enjoy. I want to, whatever. I'm tired of living for other people, living for this idea, this kind of, mental poisoning that happens, where we are trying to keep up with people who don't even know us. They don't even, they probably don't even know we exist. A lot of this happens on the interwebs, right? We get onto those sites, we see, oh, everybody's doing so well. Their lives are so perfect. We know that's not true. But it's just that thing. It gets planted in you. And I want something like what they have, but my own version, And then you keep living in this, continuous race. And you never win. You can never win. So at some point, you decide, or something happens, right? A tower moment. And a lot of things are, they crumble, you lose things, you lose somebody you love, the grief. You look at your life, you think, where has all this time gone? If I'm going to fail, if I'm going to be miserable or angry about something, dang it, it better be something I chose. Not because somebody else I know is doing it or something I saw on TV or whatever. I want to do what speaks to me. And if I do it and I fail, well, at least I tried. Right? At least I lived in, my true will. I can tell you that living a life that maybe it's not the most glamorous, or maybe you don't have every, thing that you hoped you might, purchase or accumulate or whatever. But when you can look at your life and think, yeah, I did some amazing things. I went places. I met people. I, read some good books. I loved and I messed it up, and I loved and they messed it up, but it was wonderful and it was terrible. And, I could write books of poetry about it. And I found a way to really, really experience moments of happiness in the smallest things, right? Knowing somebody remembers how you like your coffee, seeing your kid or your family member, somebody you love, succeeding at what they really are enjoying. When you get to quit a job, that little moment of happiness of, I am out of here. Right? And we find that this is where we find those little things, and we string them together into something that is so meaningful. I don't think that comes when we're always chasing clout and we're always trying to, get the next big shiny thing. I don't know. I've never had a life like that, so I don't know. Not out of preference necessarily, just because, I'm just a lowly magician. You know what I mean? So, but I believe that and I see it happen to people, especially as I'm getting older, people who I've known for many years, people I've just met, we all go through these places in our lives where there's that shedding of the conditioning. if we want that to happen or not. Sometimes at the worst, it can really become deep disillusionment, being disenfranchised, really coming up as, really struggles with depression, with meaning, trying to find a reason to go forward. And that's the worst. Those can be really, really, really dark times for some people, and I hope that's not the case for you, because I want you to know you're loved. And this is what life is. It's like that snake, that Ouroboros. Yeah, it's eating itself forever. It's also, you have to imagine that thing is shedding and all the skin is, it's probably eating it too. I've never thought about that, but yeah. But it is. There's an endless shedding. There's an endless shedding. And then we forget sometimes. We slip right back into it, into that lull. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't beat yourself up over it. Time is an illusion. Time is an illusion. This life probably is not linear. I don't know. So don't be upset with yourself if you have these awakenings and then you kind of backslide into, doing things that don't feel fulfilling. But you remember the next time you start to go through that shedding again and you think, okay, this time it's going to take hold. This time I'm going to do a little bit more. It's incremental, right? And it's not easy. If this stuff was easy, we'd all already have mastered it and be out of here, right? We'd be ascended masters. Okay, so we also have this beautiful figure who is holding a moon. And that was the bee, but now I'm looking at it and I see, oh, there's a beautiful lunar goddess there. And so, yeah, this is also part of that ebb and flow. The water comes in and the shore is full, and then the water pulls out. The tide goes far, far, far out. And the land seems like 1,000,000 miles, right? It changes. It goes, it comes, it goes. And we have to learn to, have resolve in both states. We have to fortify ourselves. We have to, figure out how are we going to navigate those times. Because they're never going to stop either. The shedding, the ebb and flow of life, of our spiritual life, of our, I talk about these kinds of things every day. I read about them every day. I live in a household. I'm in a relationship with somebody who is, very magical and spiritual. Do you think that we have periods of time where we're feeling completely devoid of spirit? Yeah. 100%. Yes. Just getting through the treachery of mundane life. Doing the laundry, cleaning the toilets, driving the kid around to her activity. I mean, today I was shoveling snow. My shoulder hurt. Yeah, there are tons of times where it's like, where is, but it comes back. It comes. And the big thing here is learning to get through those times where we are in the wilderness, when we are in that spiritual desert. Because even if it feels gone, or that God is not talking to us, the spirit is not talking to us, the divine, the universe is not talking to us, it is all around us. It is us. We are it. We are it. Don't forget yourself, Leo. I know that you won't. I know that you won't. Okay, let's take a look here. We have a key. We have a little owl. A key and a little owl. What do you think, T? What do you think? The key is with the owl. We do have the owl. So we do have the watcher. Watching out over all the land, seeing what everybody is up to in the day side and the night side. And so you are. I think that you're kind of falling back a little bit. I don't mean going backwards. I don't mean tripping backwards. I mean, you are, quieting yourself. You are leaning against the wall and you are just watching all of these people do their things, watching, the universe work itself through all of the ordeals of human. And, and I think that you're collecting yourself. You're collecting information. You are figuring out what is your next move going to be. I can imagine you at work really just out there like, hyper-focused, navigating the networking and the next moves you need to make and all of that stuff. And you're good at it. You're really good at it. Now the key, the key is there. The key is, I think, in this watching, listening, refraining from making any decisions, judgments, or even divulging. Okay, I think that this is a time for you to really be out there. You're scouting. Think of yourself as like a hunter-gatherer, right? You're learning the lay of the land, the intricacies of how things move, how they change with the seasons, where they go, when they go there, why they go there, how long they're, all those things. Okay, and I think that this is... Don't bite me, please. I see you about to bite me. See that tail going. Why are you upset now? Okay, go on. Take a jump. Goodbye. Okay, so, yes, the key. This is the key. And I think that this really is. I feel like at times you try to be so many things, and you're good at being a lot of things. But I think that when you go into these default places where it's just you have natural abilities, you are so perceptive. Okay. And I think that this is like, it feels like, I can imagine when you were a kid, right? You were really into maybe like, this will age me, but things like, was Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Is that the thing? Yeah. Like these, like kind of searching Clue, right? Detective, figuring out how things, what people are doing, why they're doing them. Just this kind of real, ability to pick up on the nuances. And I think that this is going to be, relying on this part of yourself and allowing yourself to get into this mode versus really pushing yourself into other configurations of kind of personality or skill. I think that it feels exciting for you. And I think that this is going to be the thing that helps you get on to the next, right? Really achieve your next goal is by allowing yourself to, enjoy what you're doing it your way. And, and I think that's going to be very happy. Look at this. We have a happy little face right here, right on the, there he is. There you go. Happy, enjoying self, enjoying the work, the hermit's work. That's, you can see. Yes, the beautiful lantern out there in the dark, really a beacon of wisdom, but also out there gaining knowledge. You have to continue to gain knowledge to be able to be a wise one, right? So now we have the Mary Magdalene Oracle cards. This is from Megan Watterson. And we're just going to, oops, there you go. We're going to flip through and stop right here because that felt right. It says ascension. Farther up and further in. Up and in. Yeah. The interior work. You have to go in and in. I love these cards. I want to do one more. Let's do one more. I'm going to flip through and do one more. Ooh, the red thread. Good recognizes good. We usually say game recognizes game, but good recognizes good. Yes, we do. We know each other, don't we? We just do. Sometimes it feels like we've been in each other's lives forever. All of the incarnations. And so it shall be, and so it shall be, and continue on like this. And I hope so. And I do hope so. All right, Leo, I'm going to go ahead and say I love you. Thank you for being here with me. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it does really help the channel so much. If you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And if you... and it is free to subscribe. And if you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I read them all. They mean a lot to me. I am so excited. I'm going to finish up here. I'm going to go watch, what's it called? The new True Detective season. So yes, it's coming out tonight and I'm excited. Please, if you want to share what you're watching, what you're reading, what is going on in your world, please do. I'm sure all of us would love some good recommendations for media stuff. All right, Leo, I love you. I'll talk to you later, just a few days from now. Goodbye.